Hello everyone, I am back with the third part of this series and I received a very good response for my previous two videos and I am really thankful for that. In this tutorial, we will see the basic concept of marketing segmentation. Before starting, I shall give you the basic idea of market segmentation. So what is it? Suppose you are working in a B2B company and your manager is asking to do a market segmentation of an industry. So now you are very new to the company and you don't know how to do market segmentation, as industry itself is a very generic word. One idea of segmenting industry is to look the type of industries in the market. Suppose you are having power industry as one segment, then you will have automotive, then you will be having chemical industries and so on. So based on the type of industry, you have segmented the industry of the market. But in reality, it is not the case. Manager will give you 10,000 rows or maybe more than that. So for you to look at each row and find segmentation, it would take more than 2 or 3 days. But don't worry, I got a solution for you. So today we will be learning how to segment data and how to write a code for that so that you can automate the whole process. So the next time when manager will give you the data, you can just run this code and get the segmentation. Now in this tutorial, we will utilize a technique called hierarchical clustering. Before we jump into the coding part, I have to explain you the theory, because without understanding the theoretical part, you won't be able to understand the coding part of it. As you all know, we have 2000 data points with us. So for this 2000 data points, we need to do segmentation. So first, we will find the distance between each observation. You can find the distance between any two observations using the method shown in the screen. You can either utilize squared Euclidean method or maximum distance or Manhattan distance. After finding the distance between all the observations, you can group them into separate groups based on the distance between them. For example, we have A, B, C and D are 4 observations. Now suppose A is more close to B and C is more close to D. So we can form A and B as one group and C and D as another group. Now after forming all the groups, which we call as cluster, you have to find distance between each of the clusters. There are various methods available to find the distance between two clusters, but in this tutorial we will use ward method, which is nothing but the square mean distance between two clusters. This hope you all have a very good understanding of the theory part of it, and when we write a code and then when we visualize the data, you will be able to understand it more better. So first I will show you where we left in the last tutorial. The Jupyter is open in my laptop and I will show you. So we have plotted the scatter plot of our data. So before starting the segmentation, we have to standardize our data. So I'll tell you why standardization is important. Suppose you have two data points A and B, and the difference between the age of two data points is 50 data. And suppose the difference between the income of two data points is 50,000. Now in our modeling, computer does not consider age and income as two separate entities. What it cares is only about value. So with respect to the difference in income, the difference in age is very less. So while gathering the data and plotting it, it will disregard age as a quantity or as an entity. So to do the standardization of data, you have to go to the top again, and then you have to import from sklearn dot pre-processing. Now I have to import standard scaler. Now here you have to remember the scalar spelling is LER. So as I've already told that Python has already so many inbuilt functions that we will utilize and directly convert our data. Now let's go to the bottom. Now here we will create an instance. So in common term, you can understand instance as a variable, and you have already imported a function above, which is standard scaler. I hope you remember, right? Standard scaler. So you are storing this function in scalar, which is an instance here. So as you already know, after standardizing it, what we will get standard data. So we will again create one more variable, segmentation underscore std, because we will get standard data after this, since this instance already have our function. dot, we will call one more function, fit underscore transform. Now inside argument we have to give our data which we are using above, which is df underscore segmentation. Since this is the data which we want to standardize, right? So we will give it as argument, df underscore segmentation. Now let's run the code by pressing shift plus enter. Wow, this is correct. Our data has been standardized. Now guys, we have our standard data ready, and now we are going into the core of segmentation. So now we will be running the hierarchical method to do the clustering. And believe me guys, it is very easy. You need not get confused with the lines which I write. You just understand word by word which I am explaining, and you will be able to write the code by yourself. So again, we have to import certain function. So we will go again to the top, and believe me, every function is inbuilt in the Python. So again, the same thing I'll do from SciPy. So I have already imported SciPy here. From SciPy, I'll call cluster. So for calling, I'll use dot. Then again, inside cluster, I will call hierarchy. Now from this, I will import two major functions, dendrogram. Guys, do not forget the spelling of dendrogram. It is not dendrogram, it is dendrogram. R is there. I have committed this mistake. I hope you will not commit this mistake again. Now you have to import linkage. Now what are these two things? Dendrogram is nothing. It is data visualization. So you will get a tree like structure and then you will analyze it. So we will see how it will look like. And linkage is nothing. We have already seen the WORD method, right? It is the squared mean distance between two observations. So linkage is the function for that. So again we will go down and write the code. Now just to explain you the coding part, we have already imported our linkage function. So with this linkage function, we will be getting the segmented data. And what is our data? New data, which is standard data, segmentation standard data. So I will define a variable here, dot cluster. Now I will call a function which I have already, now I will call linkage. So within arguments I have to give my data, which is segmentation standard, segmentation underscore std. Now you have to define which method you are going to use. So here you will be using WORD method, right? It is very easy, right? You just need to call linkage function and tell that you need to use the WORD method. Now your segmented data is stored in this variable, but we cannot see anything, right? We cannot see any dendrogram. So we need to visualize it. So we will plot by using plt dot figure, which is equal to now we will plot. So we will use plt dot figure. Then we have to define our figure size. Now let's say we are doing it at length is 12 and 10 is breadth. Now we have to give the title for this. Let's give title as title dendrogram. Great. Now we will label our x-axis. Now what is our x-axis? So in x-axis we will take all the observations, all the 2000 observations. So plt x label, let's call it observation. And in y-axis we will be having the distance between the observations. So plt dot y label, then again under commas we will write distance. Now what we need to plot? We need to plot dendrogram. So this function also we have already imported You can see that. Now let's go again at the bottom. Dendrogram. Do not forget that R in dendrogram. Now within this you have to give this as your argument, because this will be plotting your segmented data, right? So you have to give your segmented data inside. So HIER underscore plus. When you get the visualization, you will get to see the trees. So we do not want to see how many number of trees it will give, because it will give so many number of trees. So when you will get the visualization, you will be able to see what I am doing here. Show leaf, then again underscore COUNTS false. So this I don't want to see. Now no labels. So here I want to see labels, so I'll give it as true. Great. Now I have to see the dendrogram, right? So I have to again give a command plt dot show. Let's check the code if everything is right. Here cluster linkage, okay. Wow, great. Now you can see the dendrogram. So you might have seen this in your market research subject. Now here it is very clear. I mean, so how many number of clusters you have? This green, red, blue, and then again this violet color. So you have 4 clusters. So this is your segmented data. So this is one group, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. So based on these clusters, you can see which group you want to focus now. Now just to give you little more information about this, here vertical line means the distance between the observations, and the horizontal line means, and this vertical line means that it joins 2 clusters. So here vertical line is this, and it is joining this cluster and this cluster. Again the vertical line is this, and it is joining this cluster and this cluster. So basically with this code you don't need to do anything. It will automatically give how many clusters it will form. So here it is forming 1, 2, 3 and 4 clusters. But we have certain disadvantages with hierarchical method. Since here I just have 2000 data, but if you have like in lakhs, so it will take little time, minutes or maybe like 15 to 20 minutes to perform this function. So we will not utilize this technique in practical applications. What we utilize is flat clustering. But in flat clustering we don't initially get how many number of clusters we need to form, but through this hierarchical method we can get to know how many number of clusters we will be getting. So based on that we can build on our flat clustering. At the end I would like to say, I hope you are liking my videos, guys. Keep encouraging me. If you are having any doubts, just put your comments. I know the subject is little bit complex, but I hope I'm making it easy for you. And if you want to understand the dendrogram in detail, you can just put a comment. I will make a separate video for this. And please like my video, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you will support me and see my upcoming videos as well.